And welcome to the Real Watchers live stream for this is October 23rd, 2025. We are 1 week away from Halloween, peak spooky season, if you ask me. Of course, my name is Garrett.
And I'm Kevin.
And we are your co-hosts. Of course, we're going to be taking you through this wonderful journey today. Kevin, how the hell have you been over the last week?
Pretty good. Since we just did something right now, which is pretty awesome. But no, it's been pretty good. Just working hard and hardly working because I have next week off the whole entire week. So I'm just trying to put in my due.
There you go. Yeah, for me, it is just started my third class for this semester. I already have a paper due tomorrow night, so I will be, working on that tonight, hopefully a little bit, and tomorrow. So, but that is kind of the haps for that. So, sorry about last night. I had made plans and totally forgot that it was on a Wednesday. So, thank you all for bearing with us as we kind of push it back a day. But it is, of course, it's all good. So,
yeah.
But we got a lot of stories to talk about this week. We got a lot of movies to talk about later. And I want to try something new with our movie reviews kind of stuff.
Okay.
So we'll see how it works. It'll be a definite trial run. But of course, we'll get to there when we get there. But let's go ahead and get into the stories this week. And up first, Warner Brothers is apparently now officially looking at offers for a buyout. And according to recent rumors, Comcast and Netflix are the two front runners right now.
They can't make up their mind.
I mean, well, they rejected Paramount's. So, that just means they don't want Paramount's. Doesn't mean they're not going to take Netflix or Comcast's. But there's also rumors that Apple might buy them, which would be huge for Apple.
For Apple, yeah.
So I think you would then see a merger of like HBO Max and Apple TV, which would be crazy.
Actually I would be okay with that because I do not have Apple TV.
Just bring Apple TV stuff to HBO. That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
Don't get rid of HBO because HBO is still like the best for movies. So
I agree. I totally agree with you. Next up, though, a trailer for the new Odyssey will reportedly air before Avatar 3. So if you're excited for Avatar 3 and the Odyssey, go see Avatar 3 then. And then you could see a trailer. I can't wait to see it. I know it's going to be, a Christopher Nolan movie is a Christopher Nolan movie. So I'm very psyched about it.
Yeah, it's giving another incentive to go see Avatar 3. So, hey, I'm going to go see it anyway, so I'll be seeing the trailer.
I have a question, Garrett. So
Yes.
Is this better for the Odyssey to be shown before Avatar 3 or have people go see Avatar 3 because the Odyssey will have a trailer before it?
I think it's better for Odyssey. I think Odyssey will get more marketing out of it.
Okay.
More eyes will see it. So I think it's just a good move. And it's regardless of studio, it's just like this is the next big movie that's coming out because they already sold out all their 70mm showings a year ahead. Let's go ahead and it just makes sense business wise.
Nice. Okay.
Next up, though, Andy Muschietti is still directing the upcoming Batman: The Brave and the Bold film, which is the canon DCU version of the Batman film. Andy Muschietti being the director of the It films, both Chapter 1 and Chapter 2, but unfortunately also The Flash from a year or two ago, which was just terrible. But apparently it is still in early works. No ideas yet on when it's going to start filming or anything, but he is still attached to directing.
Okay. Well, hopefully he can kind of bump himself up from The Flash and see if he can redeem himself. But next up, rumors of Black Phone 3 are circling after the second film's success. Granted, I have not seen Black Phone 2 yet, unfortunately.
Yeah, same.
I have heard mixed reviews a little bit, actually, about it. So, I'll have to see it. But, if they're making a 3, they have to put 2 on, a little bit of a cliffhanger, I feel like.
Yeah, which we don't know, obviously, until we get there. So.
Yep. Exactly.
But that is going to bring us to the next story here. The Mitchells versus the Machines is reportedly getting a sequel, which is great, due to the success of K-pop Demon Hunters, because Mitchells versus Machines is a Sony animated movie, which also K-pop Demon Hunters was. So, I'm in favor of more animation. We need more animation, especially ones that are as kind of unique and adventurous as Mitchells and the Machines was. So definitely, I'm all here for it.
This was a COVID movie, right?
Yeah, it came out around COVID. Yeah, it
Yeah.
was very good though. I love that.
Yeah,
It
I
should have won
really
the Oscar
enjoyed
that year, I think.
I really enjoyed it too. It's just so funny, I feel like.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So next up, the director of The Mask and Nightmare on Elm Street 3 says that Jim Carrey would be a great pick for the new Freddy Krueger. I don't know. I don't know how I feel.
I saw this at first, which I didn't know it was the same director. Well, that was interesting to find out. But I think that I get where his head's at, though. I think it with a little bit of a reinvention of the character, and you go more into like the snarky nature and less like the more like threatening physical presence. I think that could work. I think of him as the Mask. I think of him as the Grinch, and I think he could do like the one-liners really well, and he has the body humor to do those things. So like I think it could work if they go in a little bit more of a humorous direction, which I mean, I think if you're going to remake an 80s campy horror movie, you make it even more campy, and it could have its own charm. But I don't know. It's an interesting prospect.
It needs to know what it wants to be at the beginning, because if it wants to be the campy horror movie that takes itself seriously, you can't have stupid one-liners that make it funny in the end. It's either going to be a really funny campy movie, or it's going to be a very horror campy movie.
Very true. Very true. Alrighty.
Your favorite?
Yes. Production has officially started on Werewolf from director Robert Eggers. This will be coming out next year around Christmas time. And Robert Eggers has gone on record saying that this is the darkest thing he's ever written, which is pretty crazy because Nosferatu is pretty dark.
That's pretty dark.
Yeah, this got me even more excited for this movie because it's a 13th century werewolf movie. I'm all here for it. Let's do it.
I just want to see where it's going to go or anything like that. Maybe a little sneak peek trailer or something. That would be awesome.
I mean, we'll probably won't get one until like maybe summertime next year, unfortunately.
It's okay. I can wait.
Yeah.
Yeah. Eddington will make its streaming debut exclusively on HBO Max on November 14, 2025. If you didn't see it, this is the one with Pascal, correct?
Pedro Pascal, Joaquin Phoenix, Emma Stone. Yeah, pretty big cast. I think this movie was kind of like right somewhere in the middle on the side of like I did enjoy it somewhat. I would say that like it is worth a watch. I mean, I think Kevin, you should probably watch it for like the end of the year stuff just to see if it makes your list at all. Especially because I feel like it's a really good companion movie to One Battle After Another, which is really odd. I think they're both very similar. So, but yeah, so it'll be available on HBO Max in a couple weeks here. Similarly, the breakaway hit romance movie Materialists will release on HBO Max on November 7th, 2025, which was actually better than most romantic comedy type films have been because it was a little bit more mature. So if you want to check that out, it will be available next week. And got a big one tomorrow here, Kevin.
I mean, HBO's just cutting it not right now with us with Weapons, who will be streaming October 24th, which is tomorrow, and just before Halloween time. And if you have not seen this movie, please go support this movie and watch it. It is probably my top 5 movie of the year so far.
Dang. Well, yeah, it's pretty darn good.
It's pretty good. I mean, there's been a lot of good movies that came out this year, though, I will say. But this one really had me on the edge of my seat, and I think we both agree, just watch it without even knowing what happens.
Yeah, I got it at number 11 on my list right now.
Okay.
So it was only a couple other movies I thought that were, but it's technically it's 10th because I have a short that got a 90. But
any horror movie above that?
Yes, my best movie. No, 3 actually. Technically 4. Yeah, at number 8 I have Presence, which came out at the beginning of the year. At number 6 I have Bring Her Back.
Yes, okay.
Number 5 I have The Monkey, and then
I forgot they came out this year.
Yeah, and then at number 1 is Sinners. Sinners is the best movie of the year, I think.
Okay.
Alrighty, I just happen to have that list up. Alright, and last story of the news cycle this week is that the live-action How to Train Your Dragon 2 will start filming later this year, according to star Mason Thames, who is just on the promo road for Black Phone 2, and he has another movie coming out with I forget the actress's name, but I mean, the first one was basically just the same as the first movie. Like, not any good, not any better, not any worse. It was just exactly the same. So, if they can keep that energy going and improve on the second one, which the second How to Train Your Dragon movie is the best of the three, then yeah. I mean, I'm all here for it. So
yeah, I mean, with the great success of the first one, why not just continue it? And how good it looked, how good the first live action one looked as well. So
yeah, exactly. Alrighty, well, let's go ahead and don't have any comments or anything. We're gonna move it right along to the trailers that came out this week. Not a lot of trailers, but I do have a bone to pick with one of these.
Okay, well, I didn't watch any of the trailers. I'll let you know that. So you pick that bone real quick for me.
Sure. Well, I do want to mention the best trailer this week is The Secret Agent, which I think looks fantastic. Okay. This kind of like, I want to say it takes place in like Colombia or Bolivia, and it's like this man who's being like confused for a secret agent, and these like kind of all these like gangs and hitmen are after him, but it's like a drama, not like an action movie. It looks really good, and it's got the main actor from Civil War in it, Wagner Moura, who also played Pablo Escobar in Narcos. So really excited to see him, and I believe it's in Spanish, so I'm really excited to check that one out. But I got a bone to pick with Primate. We had that teaser trailer that came out last week that was really cool with like the 911 call.
Yeah.
And then this trailer was such dog shit. Like, it's the most January horror movie trailer I think I've ever seen.
They're just gonna slot it into a place where hopefully somebody forgets about this movie.
I hope that people don't go see this movie because it looked genuinely terrible. Like, we're gonna take a bunch of Gen Z, TikTok kids, and we're gonna throw them in a mansion where one of them used to have a chimpanzee with her family, and then all of a sudden he gets homicidal. It looks really dumb. I hate it. And everyone in that movie deserves their fate. All right. We do have a comment that came in, though. Troll 2. Oh, my God. Well, it's actually the Netflix Troll movie, not the one you're thinking of. That's one of the worst movies ever made. It is a sequel to a very successful movie. So it's not the one you're thinking of.
Okay.
But Kevin, takes to the box office.
Yeah, box office. Black Phone 2 coming in at 27.3 million. Mini stroke there. Tron Ares with 11.1 million. Good Fortune with 6.2 million. One Battle After Another with 3.9 million. And Roofman rounded it up the top 5 with $3.7 million.
Yeah, there we go. Pretty successful week for Black Phone 2. Tron Ares really suffering in its second week. It's turned out to be a pretty big box office flop, unfortunately. But yeah, that's going to be it for that. Let's go ahead and talk about the movies that are coming out this weekend. We've got a lot of bangers coming out this weekend. Up first, we have a limited release for Bugonia, which is the new film from Yorgos Lanthimos, the director of Poor Things and last year's Kinds of Kindness. Two conspiracy-obsessed young men kidnap the high-powered CEO of a major company, convinced that she is an alien intent on destroying the planet Earth. This looks really strange and really funny, and I'm very interested to see how this turns out being, because I think we need more critiques of people who are not necessarily conspiracy theorists, because there are harmless conspiracy theories out there, but like the ones that actually like to do violence and things, like the January 6th people, we need to make fun of them to no end. And after that, a movie I'm very excited about, Kevin, you're also very excited about, we're seeing this next week, which is Chainsaw Man, the movie Reze Arc, which I mistyped the title in here. Denji encounters a new romantic interest, Reze, who works at a coffee cafe. Cannot wait to watch this movie. The intro song they chose is such a banger for this movie. And
yes,
let's be real, I think Reze gives a run for Jimenez money for Best Girl. We'll find out. All right, and up second is Shelby Oaks, a movie I'm really excited about, which is the directorial debut of Chris Stuckman, the YouTube critic. A woman's desperate search for her long-lost sister falls into obsession upon realizing that the imaginary demon from their childhood may have been real. Really excited for this. It's getting some kind of middle-of-the-road reviews, but everyone who's like a YouTuber, critic, film fan type thing is saying that this is really good. So it's one of those movies you're probably going to have to go see for yourself and see if you enjoy it. But I hope it gets him more work.
Right before spooky season 2. So.
Oh, perfect timing. Yeah. And lastly, we have Springsteen, Deliver Me From Nowhere. Bruce Springsteen's journey crafting his 1982 album Nebraska, which emerged as he recorded Born in the USA with the E Street Band. It's based on the book by Warren Zanes. This is getting real middle of the road reviews. I think people are starting to get really tired of these music artist biopics, even though they have great like performances in them. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not that excited about this at all, especially after the Bob Dylan one. But I'm probably still gonna go see it. We'll see.
Okay.
But that is also opening limited, I believe. I believe it's gonna open up wider next week, but don't quote me on that. Alrighty. Okay. But that is gonna bring us to
the movies you watched.
Yeah, absolutely. And I do want to try something new here.
Yeah. What were you trying to?
I want to see if I can play around with this just a little bit. I want to. The one I would like to do. I want to actually set up my screen. Is play the trailer of the movie we're talking about while we're talking about it. So it kind of gives a visual.
I like that.
So we'll go ahead and we'll see how that works. But let's go ahead. I'm going to go back to the usual view here because it'll change automatically. But I am going to, let's see, I have 10 movies that I watched this week and you have 6.
Nice. 6,
so I'll do 5, you do 3, I'll do 5, you do 3.
Sounds good.
We'll break it up. All right. So up first for me is the Assassination Classroom movie, called 365 Days Time. Let me go ahead and bring up the trailer here real quick. Where is it? Oh my gosh, there it is. So, of course, this is a film based off of the series. The show is in my top 10. It's one of my favorite anime I've ever watched. However, this was just an hour-and-a-half recap of the entire series. It was really annoying in that regard, just because it just redid everything. Like, it gives us some new things with the two main characters, Nagisa and Karma, but it just does nothing new. Like, it's literally, like, I watched this right after watching the show. If I watched this a year after watching the show and didn't watch any about it in between, maybe it would have been more interesting. But this was just nothing. It was a whole heaping mess of nothing. I mean, it still has the emotion. It still has the humor. It still has the heartfelt quality. I'd be a little bit more attached if I watched this maybe a year from now.
Okay.
So,
okay.
But the show is still great. You should watch the show. And we are getting another movie coming out next year, actually, which is all new stuff. That is like unused storylines from the manga that they're going to make into the movie, which I'm really excited about. Alrighty. And next up for me is a Halloween movie viewing this time, and Kevin still hasn't watched it, even though I told him to watch it.
I know.
Which is
it's on my save later.
Which is Noroi the Curse. Let me go ahead and pull up the trailer here. So Noroi the Curse is a found footage Japanese horror movie, which I'm not the biggest fan of found footage movies. I'm a fan of what they can do. This one just didn't do anything. Like, this one is like such a leap above everything else. It's genuinely scary, and it's a dread-inducing movie, kind of similar to like Long Legs, how it just builds dread effectively the entire time. This is filmed like a documentary, like it's a collection of videotapes and stuff that all the people and characters have appeared on. Wisely, it doesn't focus on jump scares at all, which is good. I mean, there are some scares, but there's nothing like jumpy. And it feels really grounded and realistic, which I really loved. My only complaint is that I didn't care for the music. At times, it feels a bit melodramatic, and then at other times, it's literally just using the music from The Thing. Like, it is the exact same, like, bum, bum.
Oh, really?
Bum, bum. Yeah, it's the same score. It's really weird. But this movie is haunting. There are visuals in this that I will not get out of my brain for some time. In one in particular that takes place out in an old temple grounds area. I will not be able to get that out of my brain. But I really, really enjoyed this more than I thought I was going to. Very creepy, very scary, and which was kind of nice to actually watch a scary movie for, for Spooky Month. Because most of them have not been, like, scary so far.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, gave that an 88 out of 100. Really enjoyed that. The next one that I watched was actually in theaters, and we had talked about this on the show before. Let me go ahead and pull up the trailer as far as when it was coming out. And that is the film Good Boy, which is a new Shudder exclusive that was released in theaters. Indy is, in fact, the goodest boy. I mean, I have not been attached to a movie dog as much as I have been this one. I'm not typically a fan of animal films in the same way that I'm not typically a fan of, like, sick kid movies, because they're really manipulative of your emotions, and they're just like, oh, it's a dog, you have to feel sad. No, like, this one actually really works, because Indy is such a great actor. Which I'm not going to spoil anything that happens, but on the positive side, this film is actually pretty scary. It nails the ambiance, and if you've ever had your dog just stare off into the corner of a room and you don't know why,
hate it.
This movie shows you why. It's really fun. The film is well paced. It's just over an hour long, which is perfect. Don't need to overstay its welcome or anything. I think that there's also an after credits sequence that takes place after the credits are done. There's like a 6 or 7 minute long video where the director shows you how they shot things, and it is. I wish every movie would do this. You would make more people into people who want to make films, and they will stay the whole time. I would love to do that more often. But I will say there is no plot to this movie, and it's a big problem. There is no story because you're seeing this from the perspective of the dog. So you're not getting story hints or clues. Like you may see things on a tape, you may see things here, but it doesn't do anything as far as telling you what's going on, and that's really frustrating. Like you're not going to get any answers for why the ghost is there. You're not going to get any answers for what's happening to the owner. So don't go in thinking you're going to get anything.
Okay.
It's more of an experience. It's almost like a theme park ride as opposed to like a plot-driven film.
Gotcha.
Which a little sad, but I mean, it is still something. If you can get the chance to go see it in theaters, I believe it's going to be on Shudder sometime this week. Then it's definitely worth it.
Nice.
All right, let me go ahead and pull up the next one here. This one I was not expecting to actually cover this week, but it happened to be as I was watching this anime series, it came up. So let me go ahead and pull it up here. I'm a big fan of isekai anime in general. I love it when people go to another world and they have to kind of live it out. What is really fun about Isekai Quartet is that they've taken the characters from 4 of the biggest isekai anime ever. So you have the characters from Overlord, Konosuba, ReZero, and the Saga of Tanya the Evil or something like that. And also Rising of the Shield Hero, which is coming in season 2. And this is kind of just like a chibi version of the stories, but they're all come together and they have to work together as they're drawn into this other world. A lot of people compare this to the Avengers movies because it's a bunch of people having to work together that have never really worked together before. I really enjoyed their interactions. I think that's a lot of fun. On the negative side, this was way too long. This was like almost 2 hours, and it didn't need to be that. I think you could have taken about 20 minutes worth out, and it still would have worked. But given the nature of the show, it was nice to see them all working together towards the end. The new characters they introduce are pretty fun, and it's beautifully animated. Like, if the chibi style it works for the type of story they're telling, where it's kind of like this isn't canon; these are just characters working together and having to be forced to be better. But I just realized my internet is lagging when I'm doing this. So hopefully it's not too bad on your guys' side.
Oh, it's not bad on my end. You're coming in pretty well. So,
but I really enjoyed this. I mean, it did have some issues, but 76 out of 100 is what I'm gonna give it. Okay. And lastly, I did not enjoy this movie. I was looking for just something to watch for Spooky Month, and this just kind of came up one day.
Well, you chose wrong.
I did choose wrong. But I can't just choose good movies the entire time. You got to choose ones that aren't as good. You got to choose ones that are just not going to fit the mold. But this one was aggressively annoying and bad. The film sets up this core mystery regarding the boy doll, and from the beginning, it fails to make this core element interesting, scary, or exciting. There's just nothing it's like the doll. There's no life in this movie. It's poorly written. The twist is telegraphed from the first 5 minutes. I think I clocked it at the first 5 minutes. I knew exactly what was going to happen. And it's annoying because there's just no effort given. Each character is a blank slate, and I get that sometimes it works, so you can project yourself. Cool. Yeah, I mean, Lauren Cohen is great. She was on Walking Dead, but she just does nothing here, and I blame the script. The ending also gives you no closure. Like what even is the ending for this movie? It makes no sense. There's no reason the story needed to be told. It's like they almost just undid everything. There are some decent moments of tension, and there's some cool camera work, but that's about it. That's the only points it gets. It's dumb. Skip it. I hated it, and that's where I'm going to leave it. I did not like it.
All right. Well, I'll do you one better with the tech. Oh, are you ready? I should ask first.
The Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the beginning?
The beginning, yes. This is the kind of remake for the Texas Chainsaw Massacre a little bit further on, this is absolutely aggressively boring throughout its whole like hour and 30-minute process. There's nothing interesting that happens, and it's just it doesn't make sense why it was made, unfortunately. I'll get into another one that we watched, or that I watched. That was, I feel like it was a lot better in what it was trying to do. But this movie did not do it for me. Again, like I said, it's boring. The characters you do not care about. You don't even care about Leatherface in this movie, which you should care about a villain, or like kind of be like happy to see them on the screen or something like that. So that's where I put it. I give it a 6 out of 100. It's the beginning, and hopefully it's the end. But we got 2022 one, which I enjoy. I know it's not the best movie, but I still enjoy.
I was going to say that one's probably worse than this one, but yeah, everyone to each their own.
Mm-hmm.
Let me pull up the trailer here.
So this one has 2 names. I did not know that, to be honest with you. This is Chainsaw Massacre: The New Generation. That's what this one is, but it's on Letterboxd. It's called The Return of Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which really threw me off. This again is just a plain simple old like retelling of Leatherface, with people and characters that you don't really care about. But the one character that really stood out to me, and why I gave it kind of a higher score than I thought it was Matthew McConaughey's acting in this movie is freaking fantastic. He is a crazy person in this movie, and you actually feel that from him when he's acting and going through all of his temper tantrums and everything like that. And he was the best part of this movie, and that's saying a lot, because this is supposed to be a Leatherface movie, and he's not the main character that I think of when I see this. So I gave it a 22 out of 100. If you want to see really good acting and crazy acting, I would say watch this for McConaughey. But other than that, it's just not that good.
Gotcha. All right, we got one more from you before we, get back over to
get it back to you.
So yeah. So pull the trailer up real quick.
You're good.
I should probably have this ready, but like my computer's like slow into a crawl right now for me.
So next up is Halloween 4: The Return of Michael Myers. So I kind of give this movie a little bit of credit because it tries to revamp the franchise in a different way, which I really appreciate it, going to a little kid's perspective of how she is, I think the cousin or something like that. I forget what she is in this movie. So I really liked that aspect of it, and how Michael and her are kind of connected in a way. And all in all, the kid acting in this is I really enjoy her acting in this. I think she is probably the best thing of this movie. You have Dr. Loomis and everything like that in here. Michael Myers' mask is absolutely atrocious in this movie, but if you can get past that, it's not a bad Michael Myers movie. So I gave it a 54 out of 100.
All right, that is it for the first 3 for you. Let me go ahead and pull up the next trailer for me. Let's see here. Alrighty. So the next one up for me is a movie that I am really upset that I slept on, which is Song of the Sea. I'll have a chance to pull it up here. This is an Irish animated movie from the studio Cartoon Saloon that gave us Book of Kells and also Wolfwalkers. Yeah. Really enjoy all their work. This is their best movie, I think. It's an incredibly emotional and funny movie that is also really refreshing in its pristine animation. This is genuinely one of the best looking animated movies I've seen in quite some time. They're proving that Cartoon Saloon is going to be the European Studio Ghibli, I honestly think, with the kind of folklore tales they tell and how emotional they can be. The characters are wonderful, and each one feels so distinct. Saoirse, who you're seeing on screen, the little girl, is precious, and she is like the most you need to protect this girl at all costs character. Then her brother Ben also takes this really awesome turn from reluctance to courage. It's really inspiring. Pair those great characters with an emotional story that's really good, some incredible music. This, I will admit, this movie got me tearing up quite a bit, especially towards the end. It's very emotional. And really, really enjoyed it. I really have no complaints with this movie, but there's just something holding me back from giving it a perfect 100 or a 5 stars. Maybe after another viewing, I'll be able to say that it is, but this is genuinely one of the best movies that I've watched this year. So would highly recommend this movie. You do have to rent it. We did it for like a movie night with some friends, and it was truly a great time. Could not recommend it more. Alrighty, next one up is a little bit different. But still, by my definition, counts as a
horror movie. I agree
not as a horror movie, as a feature film, because it is over 45 minutes. But that for me is Werewolf by Night, which is the 2022 Marvel Studios special presentation of the kind of werewolf character from the Marvel universe. And I really love this. I mean, it's not perfect by any means, but it's just really fun and refreshing from the rest of the MCU. Michael Giacchino does a really good job in his first directorial effort. The black and white style just not only pays homage to classic monster movies, but also just like the tone of it. There's a little bit of that humor as well. Gael Garcia Bernal is a great leading man for this kind of movie. He's also just very different. He's very skittish. He's not like a big fighter, which is a nice change of pace. Laura Donnelly is also great as Elsa Bloodstone, the character. The practical and visual effects look really good here, I would say, in that style. The character Ted doesn't always look that good, but it does look good enough. It's also nice to see blood and kind of gore in a MCU movie, which the black and white certainly helps with. But where the film falters for me a little bit is the inconsistent tone and some of the dialogue. Sometimes the dialogue is a little too cheesy, and the tone is not always the best. It does get a little comedic here and there, like the animatronic puppet guy is a little weird, but I really enjoyed this. I'm hope that Michael Giacchino gets more work. So I think it's a lot of fun, and it is, it's perfect for spooky season if you're not like a big fan of stuff that's like really scary. So would recommend.
I would love to see more like short form videos like this from Marvel, because they could do a lot with that, I feel like. Yeah,
and we're going to be getting a Punisher one next year, I believe. So
awesome.
Next up is a true classic in the horror genre, and one that is so inspirational for so many different areas of horror, which is The Cabinet of Dr. Caligari. This is not my first time seeing this. I watched this back in high school during my film classes, but it's so far ahead of its time. The artistic core of it is on display so well. The makeup, the set design, the performances are suitably creepy. The look of everything. Cesare, I believe is the main character, is a horror icon, someone who's both creepy and sympathetic. And the German Expressionist movement would be nothing like to most people if it weren't for this movie. Like, this is the movie that comes to mind for most people when they hear German Expressionism. If there's anything I'm not a fan of, it's some of the acting. Some of the supporting characters definitely fall into that 1920s method of acting where it's like they look like amazed and awed at everything, which is like, oh yes, that's a weird man. Wow, well, cool. Look at that, honey. It's not weird. It's over the top. But all said and done, though, it's a monument in the horror genre. It is one of those films that is just so iconic, and it is so inspirational to so many other films that it's hard not to enjoy in some capacity. So, alrighty. Then let's see here. I finally got to watch a movie for the first time that Kevin watched I want to say a month or two ago.
Yeah, not spooky season.
Not during spooky season, but I watched it during spooky season. And that is the film 28 Days Later, which has been impossible to find for me, and I know a lot of other people. I'm just gonna say this. Oh, I didn't put the review. It is good, not great. I think that I love its tone and its realistic depiction of this kind of event, but it's also one of the ugliest movies I've ever seen. I think that the cinematography in this film is all over the place. There are some really cool sequences, like when Jim is like here you're seeing on the screen when he's walking around London and it's empty. That's iconic, and that looks great. But it has that grain over it. It looks like it was filmed on a Razor from like 2004 or whatever, and it's really kind of annoying. The editing is also, like you said in your review, really choppy, and it does make some things hard to see sometimes. But those major critiques aside, I did enjoy the fact that this is not a zombie movie. This is a virus movie that's basically rabies affecting people, which is very different. And also, like, this has some great anxieties about like a pandemic going on, but also like this feels way different in the post-COVID world. Like this kind of, you see where some things happen for sure. And I like how it didn't follow conventions, right? There was no big love scene between the two main characters. There was but it was implied that they were interested in each other, but they never like pursued that. You never really knew who was going to make it or not, which was kind of nice to see as well.
Yes.
And I love how it explores the idea of humanity and what we're capable of after an event like this. Like when society falls apart, what are we going to do to each other? Like, and how are we gonna change? And that's what's really fascinating to me. I do think it's good. It's not great. I hate the look and feel of the movie, but with the script and the characters that are being on the good side, I err on the side of liking this more than not liking it. I hope the next two will improve upon it. But I would say that it's not my favorite thing. I didn't go in with any expectations of this one either. I didn't think I was going to love it or hate it.
Yeah.
But anyway, it was all right.
Gotcha.
I would watch it again if someone wanted to watch it, but it's not like I'm gonna go out of my way. All right, and last up, I watched this today while I was just kind of hanging out. Is a new Netflix documentary called "The Perfect Neighbor," and for anyone who is into true crime stuff, this one was very heartbreaking. This is not just heartbreaking. This was soul crushing. I appreciate that this film is entirely done with archive footage and body cams. I'm not a big fan when documentaries focus on like talking heads and interviews. I'd rather see it as it happened, which that's exactly what this does. Of course, this is a real thing that happened. You can research everything that happened. This neighbor, for some reason, just had it out for all her neighbors and would always call the cops when the kids were playing in the nearby empty lot or whatever, which they were told they could do. She kept saying that they were trespassing. And it eventually led to one of the neighbors being shot by this woman, that woman then ended up, the woman who was shot did end up passing away. So this does kind of take a look at the idea of stand your ground laws, which are in Florida, which stand your ground laws are complete bullshit. Murder is murder. I mean, obviously you can see what happened in real life. This was a very huge case. It's very sad though. It's a very maddening documentary because of what kind of happened, and like not that she gets away with it, she doesn't, thankfully, but like the fact that like nothing ever felt like it was right from anyone, her, the neighbors, like no, it never ever felt like one person was completely in the right at all. It's really weird. It's a very sad documentary. Would recommend it though. More people do need to watch this because it's important. There's no reason to shoot your neighbor.
No, not at all.
But let's go ahead and get it back over to you because my voice is starting to hurt just a little bit.
Yeah, that's okay.
Let me go ahead and pull up the trailer here for you though.
Halloween 5: The Return of Michael Myers. I gotta pull up my script for this one because I don't remember it that well. But
okay.
No, you're good. So watching this movie, watch number 4 and number 5 back to back for us. This one was a little bit better than number 4 for me, just because I liked how it had the returning characters and the consequences of what happened after in number 4 at the end of it. Again, it's not going to beat the original trilogy in any way, shape, or form, but it's not a devastating movie like I would say some of the Freddy movies are, unfortunately. I still really liked all of the characters that we had on screen because they're from the past, so they're from the other movies, so everybody and you understand who they are right away. I was gonna say I really like the flashbacks of Michael and of Jamie, who's a little girl in this movie. How they kind of share a brain in some sort of capacity, which is a little bit weird at some points, but I think it works in this movie as well. Again, if you're looking for good kills and everything like that, it does have some good kills in here, but it's just not one of the better Halloween movies. I gave it a 62 out of 100, still better than 4, but not the greatest.
All right. Let me go ahead and pull up the trailer for the next one.
Which the next one is, I think it's Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2003. Yes, and watching this was, I've never seen this before, and I really enjoyed it. I don't know what I could tell you about it. I think it's a really good remake of a classic. I really liked the situation that they get put in. I really liked not all of the characters are relatable, but the family is very crazy, and you can really tell that they took a lot of time into their characters, and you understand what happens to them and why they're doing it. And it's just so eerie and creepy when she gets on the phone and asks for the sheriff and then goes back to her friends, but the sheriff was already there, the fake sheriff that was a part of the family. And that one's eerie and creepy. I love the house. The house looks absolutely fantastic in this movie. Really eerie, creepy, all that stuff. And Leatherface, what I really enjoyed in this, he changes his face in this movie, which I think we could use a lot more of, because again, he sews the face together and he puts it on like a mask, and we don't see that a lot of the times in the other Chainsaw Massacre. So I would like to see that if they ever do make another movie or anything like that, because it makes it feel like he is actually a little bit more crazier than we think. So I gave it a 76 out of 100.
Interesting. Yeah,
You did not like this movie, I know.
Hated this. It was a horrible remake, I thought. But hey, to each their own. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm not saying
nope.
I'm right. Alrighty, and the last one here.
Yeah, the last one here is going to be Halloween H2O, 20 years later. This is a good following up from the other two movies. You get back Jamie Lee Curtis, but I really liked the setting in this movie. It's really eerie because it is a private college or high school that she is the teacher of, and they have these little nooks and crannies that only if you know kind of things happen. And that's what happens during this movie. There's a fantastic kill in this movie where a student gets put up as a light bulb and it lights up like a jack-o'-lantern, which is really cool. I thought it's a very ingenious kill. I loved seeing Jamie Lee Curtis back on a Halloween movie as well. So I mean, she absolutely kills it. And there is some twists and turns in this movie that I forget, even though we watch it almost every single year, that I forget happens. So it's really enjoyable. Again, the area that it is at, it's very creepy and everything. So I give it an 87 out of 100.
Right. And that is it for the recreational viewing movies. So awesome. Let's go ahead and see. We have some comments that came in. Matt says, hello, everyone. Hello,
Matthew.
Halloween 4 might be my favorite. It swaps back and forth with H20.
Yeah. Pretty good.
It's a Fox Searchlight film, 20 days later. Okay.
Nice.
I have 28 Days Later and Weeks Later on Blu-ray. Still haven't watched them. Well, hey, spooky season. Great time to watch them if you haven't already. Alrighty. Well, let's go ahead and dive into our wheel spin stuff. We'll go ahead and do the shorts first. You want to do your short first, Kevin?
Yeah, I'll do my short first. So mine was Porky Pig's Feet, which is short for feature, if I am correct?
A feat is like an accomplishment.
Okay, gotcha. And this is a really good animated black and white 40s animation short. Daffy Duck is really funny in this movie, but unfortunately the jokes do get a little bit old and tiring. And it's just... it just didn't, the jokes didn't hit, but I really liked all of the animation and all of the art styles. The spiral staircase going down looks very gorgeous as well, and all of the little animation moments where they're bonking each other on the head, or Daffy sticks his face in the other person's face and it sinks in, is really awesome. So for that, I gave it a 79 out of 100.
My short this week was A Wild Hare from 1940. This is the same one that Kevin watched last week, and I believe, I could be wrong, Joey's not here today, unfortunately, but I believe this is the first time they ever pair up, or it's towards the first time they ever pair up, and it truly feels like it's special. It feels fresh, which is really odd because it's old, but like it feels like I'd seen this before, but it's just really charming. I don't know, like the older animation style really worked, and I just really enjoyed pretty much every aspect of this. And it's not my favorite by any means, but I think it's just really good. It's classic Bugs and Elmer Fudd.
Yep.
So not going to complain.
It is. Next up for me is World War Z. I have watched this before, but I did not record it. So World War Z, I think, is a really good zombie-inspired movie. I do like the aspect of it taking over the world, but there is a cure to it, which some people have naturally and some people do not. So they have to get a vaccine of it, which is really awesome. And that is the action kind of story to this whole movie. You see the zombies running around a lot, which I enjoy fast zombies. I know some people do not, and I just love all the chaotic stuff. Like in this first scene right here, that's how it starts, and you just know where it's going to go from there. It's just very weird because you don't really get too much of a backstory on Brad Pitt's character of how he can pull all these strings while he's on the boat and stuff like that, and you just think he's just a high military personnel, but they never really tell you why in that aspect.
Well,
But
they tell
I
you
really,
why they tell you who he is.
no, I know, but it doesn't give me the satisfaction of like, he's that good of a character, if that makes sense.
I see what
So, yeah, and so I really enjoyed this movie, and I really like the ending of how he did it himself, and he made sure that for his kids and for his wife's sake, he would take the antidote first to make sure that it was safe as well. So I gave it an 86 out of 100. Really enjoyed it. Yeah.
All right. And last up here, let me go ahead and pull up the trailer. We'll see if it even has a trailer because it is older. Yeah, we are. Okay. My movie for the wheel spin was Stand and Deliver, which is a 1988 film that actually was based on a true story about a teacher in an inner city school in Los Angeles who is taking over their kind of math teaching. It's one of those movies that like it's refreshing because it's not pandering, right? It's not manipulating you. It's just telling the story as it happened. And sure, there are some some liberties taken to make it a film, but like it actually happened, and I like that. Edward James almost plays a fantastic teacher character. Another one that is like inspiring me to continue doing my master's work so I can eventually teach film. Actually, the other one is the character Koro Sensei from Assassination Classroom that we just showed earlier. But my only real complaint about this movie is the pacing. I feel that the film could have used some trimming and cutting. It did feel a little bit long, and it's really slow in the first act, I would say. It doesn't do a whole lot to get you interested at first, but it really kicks in the last 45 minutes, and that's where it's at its best. You do have to like show and create the struggles that the characters go through, but I think like if it focused on less students than just like the core, like of the whole class, I would have preferred a little bit more focus given on those characters. But I love the way this shows the struggles of marginalized communities in education. They face such an uphill struggle, and it's not just the students, but the teachers and the administration as well. And it really highlights that, and I enjoy that because it's something that still happens to this day that we don't talk a lot about. And I would say it's a great film. It's a bit too slow in some areas, but it is genuinely inspirational. And like, we all saw this movie in school when the math teacher didn't want to teach math that day. So, I mean, I'm sure we all remember this movie. So
it's kind of like Freedom Writers, right?
Like Freedom Writers, and all those like fish, not Fisher King, whatever the one is like. Oh, Captain, my Captain, or whatever. Like all those like school inspirational ones. But
okay.
But anyhow, that is it for the wheel spin. So we do have another comment here. Hot take: H2O has as good of a false ending as Aliens.
I can see that. Have you seen H2O yet?
I have not. I've seen up through 4. I have not seen 5 or H2O. I don't think they're on my list for this month, but no, Halloween 5 is. But alrighty, let's go ahead and change gears up a little bit. Well, hey, Kevin agrees with me. All right, let's go ahead and move it right along to it's time for the wheel spin, which is when we do what, Kevin?
It's when we pick a movie that we get to watch and talk about it, just like a book club.
That is not what we do. That's movie club. But I appreciate the vigor. I'm going to go ahead and add Joey's suggestion to the wheel real quick. He texted me what he wanted to add, so I'm going to go ahead and just save that real quick.
But
all right.
Speaking of movie club, since he was doing all of that, make sure you tune in tomorrow at 4 a.m. Pacific Standard Time to hear about The Mist. Yeah, we'll be talking about that tomorrow. So, all righty, let me go ahead and pull up the wheel of shorts real quick, and let's give it 2 minutes. If anyone has anything they would like to add to the wheel, please let us know. I have got a short lined up for Kevin, so I don't. So if it lands on me, we're screwed.
I have a short lined up, and I think I could probably have a movie lined up. I
can probably have a movie too. So,
I'm just going to give you the movie I've been telling you to watch, but that's fine.
Yeah, I probably won't watch it. Just kidding.
Well, if it's the wheel spin, you have to, buddy.
I know.
No, I watched a really good short this week that I would probably make you watch, even if you don't know what it's about.
Is it the other one that I saw in your letterbox?
From yesterday?
I think so, yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Hey, there's my lighter.
Getting close to 2 minutes. I don't know why you have a lighter. Oh, no, you use incense. That's right. I was like, are you smoking?
Not yet.
Oh, boy.
Don't make me start.
Don't make me go there.
Yeah.
All right. That is a lot of good stuff. I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do for food tonight.
Food? Okay.
I don't know what I want to do. We'll figure it out. Excuse me. But while we're waiting, I actually had a really wonderful opportunity last night. Got to go see at our local performing arts center. I'm not going to name which one because I don't want to dox myself. But they went and saw The Witcher 3 in concert, which was fantastic. It
wasn't in LA?
No, it was closer to us.
Okay. I didn't know that. I thought it was in LA.
Yeah, it was the music from The Witcher 3, which is now 10 years old. Yeah, I was working at GameStop when that came out, so that was a while ago. But no, it's one of my favorite soundtracks of all time. It's actually a top 5 game of all time, if I remember correctly. And so it was a wonderful experience. Got to see the music from the game and both DLCs, and then they played the music for the Witcher 4 trailer while they played the trailer at the end, which is kind of fun.
That's sick.
And one of the co-composers, which is a Polish folk metal band, was actually there. They were performing the music that they wrote, which is really
very cool.
So I really, really enjoyed it. It was a great time. All right, no suggestions, so let's go ahead and get into this wheel spin. Kevin, are you ready?
Yeah, I want my short. I saw a ski for 2. I want a skiing one because know it's snowing places, not in California, because we never get anything.
The one that I'm going to give you is not related to skiing at all. So
no, it's not.
But it is going to be Smile Pretty something. Smile Pretty, Say Pink. That's going to be your short this week.
Okay.
And my short is going to be... Let's go.
Pink Panther short. Like it.
The Prize Pest will be my short this week. Alrighty. Let's go ahead and remove that. We'll go ahead and save this because I got to make sure I do that. And we'll go to the movie wheel.
Yep.
This has got a lot more on it. Alrighty, Kevin. You ready?
I'm ready for it.
Spin! Spin that wheel! Alrighty. And Kevin will be watching Possession!
Let me see. That is the Possession.
Possession is the 1981 horror film, unless... I don't remember who put it on there.
Nope, we're good. Hey, another horror film. I don't have to watch. Or, I mean, I don't have to look for one, I should say.
I'll make sure to put Possession 1981 on there for you.
Okay.
Unless whoever's here was the one that picked it and has a different movie in mind than that one, you'll have to let me know. Actually, I think that one's on my list. Yeah, I'll be watching this one in the next week and a half for Spooky Month. So
nice. Maybe
next week we can talk about it. Alrighty. So we'll remove Possession from the list. And did I put that? Yeah, I did that. Yes. Okay. Let's go ahead and spin it for me. It'd be funny if it's a horror movie that's already on my list.
Hey, it makes it easier sometimes.
Coming to America, which I've actually never seen.
Is that?
It's the Eddie Murphy movie.
Yeah, okay.
Alrighty. That is going to be it for the wheel today. Let me go ahead and just pull it up here. So Kevin will be watching the short film Smile Pretty, Say Pink, and then we'll be watching the feature film Possession from 1981. Very jealous that you got that from the wheel spin. And then I will be watching the short The Prize Pest, followed by the Eddie Murphy comedy film that everyone seems to love, Coming to America, which I have never seen. So really excited. That's also a... oh my gosh, James Earl Jones, I believe, is in the movie, which he passed away within the last year. So, alrighty, but that's going to be it for this week. Thank you all so much for joining us. Of course, we have Movie Club coming out tomorrow, like Kevin said. Talk about the 2006 film The Mist. So make sure you tune in to see what we think about that one, because I think it's going to be a really good discussion. And then, of course, we have this stream every single Wednesday, usually at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I know it's a little different today, but that's because I had plans last night that I couldn't get out of. I paid a lot of money for those tickets. So thank you all for joining us. We'll be back next Wednesday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And we'll see you all then. Thank you so much for joining us. Remember to keep those eyes on the screen. Stay spooky, everyone.